What is up, everybody? It's Wilverse TV today, and we're going to talk about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Has a 60 frame per second ray tracing mode at launch. So, Insomniac just announced that they're going to have a day one update that allows this game to have ray tracing mode and 60 FPS at launch. So, that's pretty cool. You get more options for performance at this new performance, so you can play at just their visual resolution mode was like 4K 30, I believe. And yeah, this game is definitely visually impressive. It looks pretty cool, but am I really? I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get the game day one. Like, this is a game I'll probably pay like 40 to 50 bucks for at most. But since this is a premium game, they're charging 70 bucks for this plus tax. So, I don't know. I gotta see how I'm feeling when this comes out. I think it releases on next Friday, so I gotta see how I'm feeling if I'm gonna buy this day one. It's like the only Sony games I was really hyped for this year was going to be that Kenna game. I was really hyped for that game. I was really hyped for the Horizon Forbidden West and God of War, but God of War got delayed. So just those other two, I'm like really excited. I would buy those games day one. But this one is kind of iffy. Like I'm like somewhat excited about this game, but not really. Because this is one thing that really just fascinates me too about the whole Sony fan base. Now, there's a segment of Sony gamers who are like, they have the mindset that they hate like Nintendo and they hate all these kiddie looking games that's made for that's pretty much like designed for kids or targeted toward the younger demographic gamers. But they give Ratchet and Clank. I have never seen these many people give Ratchet and Clank a free pass. Like, um, they hate like these games hate for kids that's aimed for kids, but they are going Google Gaga crazy over Ratchet and Clank though. It's like that is always fascinating me, the pure hypocrisy of some of these people. So um, I don't mind playing like games marketed for kids. It's like made for young demographic. I like Disney movies, I like Pixar movies, you name it. But I like to have a good mixture of like kid movies with adult movies as well too, though. So yeah, it's just always fascinating to me to see that. Like there's this group of gamers who say, "Hey, we hate Nintendo. They make games for little kids." Then meanwhile, they're hyping up this Ratchet and Clank game. So that's just fascinating to me. But back to the article. That was a little tangent right there, but it says make sure you get a copy of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It is fully up to date when it arrives next week because the day one patch will include an extra mode that allows you to run games at 60 frames per second with ray tracing activated, and a very similar vein to what Insomniac did with PS5's launch title Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. So they're doing the same type of features they did with that game as well too. The same resolution and frame rates and all that good stuff. It's just talking about the tweet that shows 60 FPS gameplay with ray tracing enabled. Okay, so it's been like they're definitely making it look quality. Like the game looks really visually impressive. I give it that, but I still got to see how I'm feeling on Friday if I want to pick this up day one. I have a huge backlog of games I gotta play. I want to play before this one, but who knows? So it says 60 FPS with ray trace, so most people won't even notice the difference in slight resolution drops. I didn't. I'm ready for this. Sucks it will be the last actual PS5 game for a few years. Here's hoping other devs can do this in their games too. Control would be so cool if they could patch in similar works around. Thank you, Insomniac. I'll use a 60 FPS mode with ray tracing included. I wasn't able to use it for Spider-Man Miles Morales because by the time the patch arrived, I already have the platinum trophy. I wish more developers gave us the choice to have 60 FPS with ray tracing included for a slightly lower resolution. Looking at you, Control and Watch Dogs Legion. This is great news. I hate to choose, but I have to. I have to is frame rate over ray tracing every time. 60 FPS with ray tracing, lovely. Thanks, Insomniac. That's the best combo for me. It could be 1080p for all I care as long as it has a sweet ray tracing and 60 FPS. This was amazing with Miles Morales. It it will totally be the way I play Ratchet and Clank. Mode of my choice. Every game should trade that native 4K 30 resolution 30 FPS. Wait, every game should trade that native 4K resolution 30 FPS gameplay for DLS like 60 frames per second with max visuals. Okay. No need, it would be 10 out of 10. I pre-ordered as I know this game will be super fun and worth 70 pounds or euros, whatever that sum was. Okay. Watch and learn. Other devs watch and learn. Delighted about this. 60 makes so much more of a difference than a higher resolution for me at least. Glad I won't have to sacrifice ray tracing to enjoy it. Hope more studios implement this option. Well, it seems like everyone's pretty hyped about this news. got to be 60 with ray tracing. It was great with Spider-Man, so it should be just as good with Ratchet and Clank. The action is always fast-paced, so I'd be really surprised if anyone could tell the difference in actual gameplay. Shame that mode isn't on the disc. Physical games are getting more worthless every year, sadly. Technically, we're trying to use ray tracing at 60 FPS, but not for reflections, and I suppose its uses in Ratchet and Clank would be more noticeable in general. Well, those are cross-gen games. I'm assuming that means only PS5. I'm assuming he means only PS5. Designed and developed to run only on the next-gen system. God of War, Horizon, and Gran Turismo 7 are not PS5 exclusives. I think that's the point he or she is making. Okay. He's probably saying that because Sony hasn't really announced much of anything coming to PS5 exclusive yet. Obviously, there's going to be exclusives in the future, and hopefully Sony gives us more information about what games might be sooner rather than later. Though I bet the priority right now is making sure that everyone who wants a PS5 has one. You gotta admit though, it's a pretty silly thing to assume that Ratchet & Clank is the last next gen exclusive for the PS5 until 2024, just because they haven't announced another lineup yet. Well, I don't know. It seems like they're trying to make all these games be on PS4 as well, so I don't know any other PS5 exclusive games. It's like the big AAA ones that's PS5 exclusive. I don't think they have any other ones. And especially with them skipping events like E3, it's kind of like, hey, I don't think they want that smoke from people like, where are PS5 exclusive games at? That's only built for the PS5 at. Okay, so it says it goes against logic when there are already plenty of next gen only content available, and the PS5 has barely been out for 6 months. It also goes directly against what Hermen Hulst said in the same interview where he revealed that God of War and Gran Turismo 7 were cross-gen. He said that it's important to not forget the 110 million PS4 owners for certain titles, but it's also important to create next-gen only content for PS5 owners such as Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. Okay. Performance and ray tracing mode in the Spider-Man game looks amazing, so this will be great, no doubt. Okay. Oh boy, this will be my first game with 60 FPS and ray tracing. Can't wait. I haven't played it yet, but it's too early to say that I'm in love. LOL. God, I hope this game is good. This 2016 one was so bad and lifeless. Easily the worst game in the series. Dude, I don't know. The last one was really bad. Here's just hoping this one is decent. As long as it's a rock solid 60 FPS, I'll be happy regardless. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna conclude it right there. So it's like pretty much the gist of it's pretty much people were pretty much excited about this new mode. There's different modes that you can have. You have the option of what you want to play with when you play the game. So it's always nice for developers to give you options. So that concludes the video. Definitely see your thoughts about this down below. Let me know if you're gonna get this game day one. You're gonna wait for a sale, or you're gonna pass it overall. Let me know your comments about this down below. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks as watching as always, and peace.